we're not here to make up the numbers, we're here to compete as well. This squad, with the power they have on their day, they can do anything they want.
Hello, welcome to the Glassgirls Network with me, Jonathan. Today I'm joined by Ken Beresford, Reserve Team Manager, and Zara Gibbs. How are you both?
Good.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Just come back from Compton. Entertaining game. It wasn't the results that didn't look great, but I think the performance by itself, I think there's a lot of positives to take away from that, isn't there, Ken?
I thought it was a really good performance. I think the girls really stepped up and matched Wolves for long periods of the game. Obviously they played quite a few first teamers today, which we sort of expected. I think that sort of shows how far we've come as a team. If I'm totally honest, I think they were a little bit afraid, but we matched them really well today. We played some really good football at times. Obviously lots to take away and lots to work on, and good thing today is we got the VO, so we can watch the game back and we can sort of like tweak a few things. I think the return fixture will be a different result. Really happy with it, mate. Really happy with the performance. Obviously, we play games, we like to win them, but really happy, mate. Great performance. Girls all stepped up. Everyone, great attitude, great work rate on and off the ball. So yeah, really happy.
Absolutely, yeah. And Zee still looking good for that top 4 position as well.
Yeah, I think it would be amazing for us to finish top 4 this season, especially after last season, our first year up in the Reserves League. I think we've come on so much in the last year, so finish top 4, that's like what everyone's wanting now. Yeah,
100%, yeah. Speaking to Richard during the game, I'm not too sure if you're aware, Zee, but you've got 47 appearances for the club at the moment. Obviously that's a mixture of reserve team, development team and the first team as well. Obviously last season you was the manager's player of the year. How do you think that you've built on that success from like over the last couple of 3 years? Because your profile within the club now seems to be bigger than ever.
Yeah, well, I think with the help of Ken and Harry this year, I've come on a lot. Last year was obviously my first year properly in like the women's section from coming from the under 18s. But yeah, I love being at the club. It's exciting to keep progressing and now getting first team as well. It's been really good.
Yeah, just on that then, Ken. I mean, is Zara one of your go-to kind of players now? He's like obviously she's showing a lot of leadership, and we could talk a little bit about that as we go along. But she always seems to be absolutely everywhere now, doesn't she?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think when I sort of came in, I sort of identified Zee as sort of being like, as you say, a go-to player. I mean, today, for instance, she played at left back. I've seen her do it a few times this season. Obviously, she's not a fan of left back. She prefers playing the CDM role, which she absolutely nails. But we trust her there. You know, she's the kind of player who we can sort of say, can you go and play this position? Can you mark this player? Can you play off these triggers? Can you play these passes, sort of thing? And you know, she does it every time.
Yeah.
I think in regards to what you're saying about a go-to player, I think every team out there needs a player like Zee, really. Attitude's absolutely brilliant throughout training. I think when you're sort of sat in the changing room, if Harry's talking or I'm talking, you always look round, Zee's switched on, she's focused. She's listening to everything you say, she's taking it all in. I think sort of when I first came in, I saw a few little things that we could probably tweak, so like your first touch and opening your body up, playing out to space, stuff like that. And I've seen it progress over the season. As I say, she's a 100% player, and I think it's being noticed a lot now by first team. You know, I speak with Mike quite a lot about players coming up and stuff like that, and Zee's always in our thoughts, and obviously Mike's thoughts as well, because she's had these opportunities to go up there and play. Watched her play against Albion when she came on, thought she was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. If I'm totally honest, I think I'm going to be gutted the day we lose the first team because I'm losing such a really good player. But obviously, again, that's what the pathway is all about. So really happy for her. She's brilliant, mate.
Yeah. Where do you think this confidence has come from, and what is it with Ken and Harry that maybe brings that confidence and the best out in you?
I think it's the belief that they have, like not just in me, in the whole team. They believe we can go and be like a top 3 club in the Reserves League. I think it's just them like encouraging, just the encouragement they've brought to the team. I think everyone's seeing a lot of confidence like step up, and obviously going to first team a few times and seeing how like players play and the leadership in there has definitely helped. Like even Lou as our captain, looking up to her and seeing what she does and like thinking, how can I be like that?
Talk to us a little bit about the first team, the experience, and then obviously you had a friendly and elsewhere as well. What was it like to actually be out with the rest of this first team?
Yeah, it was really good. The experience, especially against Newcastle, playing such a big club where players are like massive and full time and massive club. It's like thinking that I'm just a Stourbridge player and I've been here for like so long. Being in the first team final has actually been really exciting.
And the trip to Wales as well. I know it was only a friendly, but how did you find that experience as well?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and obviously to get my goal as well, that was just topped it all off. And starting my game for them, like settling in with like Ez and Han in the middle, it was just nice to get in there.
Yeah, 100%. Ken obviously has always been captain, even if she's not wearing the armband, she's still like a leader on the pitch as well. What is it that why is it that you chose Zara kind of over the rest, I guess?
Again, I think it's sort of when I look at all aspects. So I look at training, I look at when we're doing our team talks, I look at if we're in the changing room before a game or after a game, I look at leadership from off the pitch. If you know, if someone's not playing but they're still like encouraging, they're talking. As I say, whenever we're planning a session or we're talking through, like it might just be a warm up, you know, and like Zee's like her leadership skills there. You know, she's always like talking. She's very vocal. She's encouraging. I think if the team sort of fall behind, like today, I heard her a couple of times today, you know, we sort of went 2-0 down, she's there, she's like, come on girls. I think it's an obvious choice really. I mean, aside from Lou, I mean, obviously when I came in, I sort of identified Lou as being captain. I identified that like pretty quickly. And then looking at it, I thought, if Lou's not captain, who do I look to next? I think over the coming months that like I was sort of involved, I sort of looked at Zee, listened to, as I say, conversations, chatting off the pitch, and I just think it was an obvious choice, you know, really.
I think even though I'm not involved in football in my career, if I want to develop one of my teammates or one of my colleagues, I try to spend more time with them, and so they kind of see things from my point of view and they get to learn. I see Zee around the club quite a lot, and I think obviously because you spend like a lot of time with each other, and it's not just you. Obviously Harry's here, and you know a lot of other players are here as well. But I do see you guys together quite a bit. I think that kind of helps like the relationship, and obviously you get to learn what you want more. Zee, would you kind of encourage that a lot to like come back to the clubhouse afterwards and just spend a bit of time together that way as well?
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of the girls now, we're like more than a team, we're like all friends and everyone gets on with everyone. And coming back to the club on a Sunday, whether we win or whether we lose, everyone, the conversation's good. It only just like improving us as well, because we're all talking about what we could have done different in the game, but then just being friends as well and just being close to each other, look out for each other on a game day as well.
It's not like you're being super like analytical like on Sunday evenings, is it? You're just constantly just talking about football and learning off each other and kind of seeing what people want into. Talk to us a little bit about this season then, Zee. Like obviously top 4 at the moment. How do you feel this season's gone for the team? It's
gone really good. I think there's games we look at now where we think if we got a result there, what could be? But I think that's all positive because next year we've got so much to build on, and obviously we only want to get there. We only want to go higher. Yeah, it's really positive. It's all really positive.
Would you agree with that, Ken? Like, there definitely comes across positive and not much negative you could take on this season, surely?
Yes, I mean, definitely. Like Zee just said there, like things what we could do different. I mean, me and Harry obviously we talk about it quite a lot. Obviously there's some results there. I mean, if you look at Peterborough away, you know, we went there with a bare 11, and they're absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic throughout the game. And there were large moments in the game where you sort of thought you were going to win it, but then ultimately we just tired. You know, we just got a little bit tired, and unfortunately came away with a loss. But again, I think what Zee said about like, even if you do lose a game, you know, the attitude that you bring back with you and stuff like that, it's outstanding, it really is. I mean, we've lost today to Wolves, and obviously there was a little bit, you know, sort of like gutted and a few sad faces, but the majority of it was very positive. It was very happy, and you know, we've come back to the club now, we're having a laugh. I think what you spoke about there with the culture, really, I think that's something that me and Harry are really trying to instill into the team, and I think it shows in the way we perform and the way we all back each other. When I sort of first came in, I don't think we quite had that, did we?
No, not as much.
It was a little bit, new players coming in, sort of thing, new manager, a lot of change.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't quite there, but as we've spent more time together, and as we've trained together and as we've worked together, I think it's just grown and grown. And obviously now we've sort of gelled. Everyone sort of knows where they are. In terms of like, even when we played devs, obviously Zee can't because she's featured for first team. But even when we we play devs games and stuff, like there's no one out there really who was sort of like complaining about going and playing in the devs game. They all want to be involved with it. It's a pathway. Everyone's involved. Everyone working together. We're all in it together. Other results, I mean, Derby away, absolutely outstanding.
That was your captain with that week.
Yeah.
So Lou was injured for that game.
Yeah.
Straight away, I put Zee as captain. I think her dad sort of said, "You may not be captain," but we assured her she was, and she owned it. She was like brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think she was probably the most vocal player on the pitch, which is most weeks anyway. But like that particular game, she drove every pass, she drove every attack, she drove every defending moment. She was just top class, mate, really.
So you've got about 5 more minutes left on this before the Stourbridge runs out. But what kind of advice would you give to Zee about keep on progressing? So she's progressed a hell of a lot in the last 24 months since I've been around here. For her to carry on going forward and making that step into tier 3, what would you kind of ask from her? What would you think is best for her?
Well, honestly, I mean, I think she's pretty damn close already. As I said earlier, I mean, I think every team out there really, you want to play like Zee, you want someone with that attitude, with that drive, with that determination. Little thing really, we were coming back from, I think it was Notts County away, was it? And I actually asked the question in the car, what would you rather choose, music or football? Because obviously everyone loves music. And like they pretty much all said football, but like Zee's first answer straight away, barking down my ear, was like football. And I think as long as she keeps working hard and she keeps doing what she's doing, I don't think she really needs to do much more. Just keep progressing. I mean, we played the 11s on Thursday, so obviously we played against the first team. And Mike's even said, as a standard now, we're matching that.
Yeah.
If you look at the start of the season, we used to play them, there's a little bit of fear there. The fitness levels weren't quite there. And the first team has sort of overrun us a little bit, but now it's different. Yeah. Now we're matching them. And then the only player to score against us in the 11s was actually a former pathway player in Senna Robertson. So I watched her play that midfield role on Thursday, and she absolutely bossed it. She just owned it, and I think as long as she keeps doing what she's doing, which I know she will anyway, she's got a great attitude, I think she'll be absolutely fine. My advice really would be just continue what you're doing, mate, and keep going.
And your advice for any maybe like under 16s players that's coming through to the pathway, what would your advice for them be?
Be confident, come in, you play with us every week, chat to everyone, just get involved, do lots of running, get around the pitch, because obviously the standard is going to be better, but we've got girls coming up already that are fitting in really well, Ella played last week, Lily played today, both playing really well, and it's actually exciting to see some more girls coming up through the pathway. Excellent.
Look, thank you very much for joining me. I know you want to obviously get back, and thank you very much for joining us. Next game, is it Wolves? Is that the next game as well, the reverse fixture?
So we've got Wolves in the reverse fixture, which is not next week, the week after. And then we've got Stoke.
Okay.
And then that's the end of our reserve season. As I say, if we can finish top 4, absolutely brilliant. It's a sort of goal that I sort of set at the beginning. I think Plim's already told you, if we finish top 4, we've got to sing Barbie Girl, so
yes, I remember that one.
I think that's sort of nailed on now that we will be singing Barbie Girl. But I mean, there's been times in the season where you look at it and you think there's potential here to finish second, to finish third. Some results have gone our way, some of the results haven't gone our way, but I'm well happy with top 4, mate. Really, really am. So if we get that, brilliant. And I think it's a credit to all the players and all the girls for the way they've reacted to that.
Yeah. Look, congratulations for a fantastic season, and we will do a proper summary at the end of the season where hopefully Ken can get you back on with maybe a couple of other players or coaches as well, because it has been a great season. So to finish in the top 4, which fingers crossed it looks that way, is amazing. So thank you very much for joining us, and we shall see you again soon.
You will. Thanks. Thank you.